Close fight, a lot of close rounds. I can see why they're conflicted. I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to judge anyone. I judge the fight though, but I won't judge anyone because it's subjective in certain ways. I can see that there's two ways to look at it. There's two fighters. It was a close fight, a lot of close rounds. I had it 115, 113, Beterbiev. Yeah, because I thought he won the championship rounds. I thought it was a really, really tight, close fight.
Artur Beterbiev, the man who made jaws and bodies drop with every punch, has just faced an opponent that matched his caliber, and now his legendary knockout streak is gone, but what he gained was way bigger, a win over Dmitry Bivol in the most interesting fight of the year, but this is it. According to pros out here, it just seems that Beterbiev might not have earned this win as clean as he thinks.
Not concerned about the fight. I'm more concerned about, like, you know, if be honest, I always more critic of myself. And even all my last 20 fights, because of luck, I win them by KO. I'm always complain about.
Bivol came out sharp, showing why many thought he might be the man to end Beterbiev's reign in the first 3 rounds. Bivol was smooth as footwork, was perfect dancing around the danger, making it look like he was on the path to something special, but Beterbiev, the Russian wrecking ball, wasn't here for a show. He was hunting from the 4th round. You could feel the change in the air like the calm before a storm.
Bivol, great fight! Great fight!
Beterbiev fists started to find their target, and it wasn't long before Bivol was feeling that famous power. It wasn't a knockout this time, but it didn't need to be better. Biev closed the distance, staying glued to Bivol like a shadow, and the judges seemed to have loved it, the pressure, the aggression. He made sure that Bivol knew he wasn't safe anywhere in that ring, and then the wait before the big announcement, which was that Beterbiev had won. But this was only the beginning of heated reactions all over the sport from the pros and fans too. Even Bivol himself had something to say about it. However, Bivol did not want to cause a controversy by making claims he would have spoken out, raised questions. But he didn't, I'll say little, because it could sound like an excuse, he said, knowing the boxing world would have plenty to say for him despite. Beterbiev claiming a majority decision, and the undisputed light heavyweight crown. The result is leaving fans and fighters divided.
I told you we're on our way. I just take it.
And the reactions, let's just say they're anything but quiet. Ryan Garcia never wanted to hold back, immediately took to social media to voice his disbelief in his eyes. Bivol was robbed of a victory that should have been his. Garcia's reaction was fast and furious, and he wasn't the only one with those. But was it really a robbery for Garcia? Ball's control in the early rounds, coupled with his ability to handle Beterbiev's aggressive pace, was enough to secure him the win. Bivol was outboxing him early on. Garcia later elaborated he was landing clean, staying out of danger, and Beterbiev wasn't able to land those heavy shots like he normally does. And this is the same view Terence Crawford had. Crawford kept things more measured, but equally intriguing. He asked the million-dollar question, who did the fans and analysts really have winning, even if the judges had the win to Beterbiev? Crawford still felt that question was still unanswered. Crawford's tweet opened the door for fans to debate endlessly in his mentions. He didn't explicitly say who he thought won, but the way he brought about the question suggested he was torn between the slick boxing of Bivol and the relentless pressure of Beterbiev, if even a mastermind like. Crawford can't immediately declare a winner. It's no wonder the fight has left the boxing world split. And yes, the reactions kept flowing, and Stevenson wasted no time throwing shade at the judges' scorecards, laughing at what many felt were wide margins for Beterbiev. The 115-113 and 116-112 scores for Beterbiev were clearly too much for Stevenson to take seriously. He followed up with his now famous "Quip boxing is boring," which had fans talking, but under the humor there was a serious message. Stevenson, like many of us, clearly saw the fight differently. Shakur's style is rooted in finesse defense and hitting without being hit, so it's not hard to understand why he may have leaned toward Ball's performance. The Russian's early control and precise counters would naturally appeal to someone like Stevenson, who values technical mastery over brute force. But whether you agree with him or not, Stevenson's reaction added another layer to the post-fight debate, sparking conversations about how fights should be scored. And it doesn't end with Shakur either. Veteran promoter Frank Warren was impressed by the overall spectacle, but didn't shy away from sharing his personal scorecard. "I had Bivol personally," Warren said, pointing out that he believed Ball's performance was enough to edge out Beterbiev. Warren recognized the elite level both men fought at, praising the high-caliber skills on display. In his view, Beterbiev ring general ship and ability to outmaneuver the relentless pressure of Beterbiev was enough to secure a win. It was a respectful take on the fight, but one that underscored just how divisive the scoring was. And the same was expressed by Andre Ward. Ward, one of the best light heavyweights of his era, didn't hold back. Bivol won that fight, he tweeted, clearly upset with the final scorecards for Ward. The 116-112 card in favor of Beterbiev was flat-out outrageous. Who retired undefeated and knows a thing or two about fighting at the highest level, felt Ball's cleaner work and ability to nullify Beterbiev's power should have been enough to win. Ward's reaction hits hard, not only because of his legacy in the sport, but because of his reputation for fair analysis. If Ward thought, and these many voices feel, that Bivol deserved the win, it would not be a conspiracy by an actual robbery. Devon Haney, another young champion known for his boxing IQ, took a more neutral stance. Close fights, not robberies, Haney tweeted, emphasizing that just because a fight is close doesn't mean the decision was unjust for Haney. The fight could have gone either way, and he wasn't quick to cry foul like others. Haney's response was likely influenced by his own experiences in the ring, where close decisions are often up for debate. His neutral take cooled the fiery reactions from other fighters, reminding everyone that boxing is subjective, especially when it comes to judging styles. Haney's approach was one of calm reason, recognizing that while Bivol may have won rounds, Beterbiev pressure and power also had merit. However, there are those who can't just agree with him. Veteran boxing journalist Dan Rafael echoed what many fans felt: it was close, and it all came down to personal preference. Depends on what you like, Rafael wrote, capturing the essence of why this fight has become such a hot topic for Rafael. The final round went to Bivol, and he scored the fight a draw, 114-114. Rafael's take reflected what many felt: this fight wasn't a clear win for either man. Some valued Bowles' early work and slick movement, while others leaned toward Beterbiev, relentless pressure and heavier shots. It was a fight that, depending on what you favor in boxing, could have gone either way, and that's exactly why the post-fight reactions are so divided. The fight left many fans and experts in disbelief, as the result didn't clearly favor one. fighter over the other. With no rematch clause in place, it only makes sense for Bivol and Beterbiev to meet again in the ring to settle the score. This battle was far from decisive, even though the official scorecards tilted in favor of Beterbiev, who many thought had done enough to secure the win, or at least force a draw. Came up short in a fight that felt too close to call. To many, it seemed like Bivol should have at least walked away with a close victory, or at worst a draw. The fight wasn't a typical Beterbiev performance where he bulldozes through opponents with his knockout power. Instead, Ball's skills, his defense footwork, and quick hands made Beterbiev look human. Something we rarely see from the heavy-handed champion. Bivol stats reflected his sharpness in the ring, according to CompuBox. He outlined Beterbiev 142 to 137 and did so with a higher percentage of accuracy, 3336%, compared to Beterbiev's 201%. Bivol also took control of the jabs, landing 58 to Beterbiev 47, although Beterbiev edged him out in power punches 90 to 84. Bivol was incredibly precise, landing half of his power punches. It was an impressive display of boxing skill, one that many thought should have earned Bivol the win. Despite the narrow loss, Bivol showed humility in his post-fight comments. He accepted the outcome without making excuses, saying, "I am a warrior. I have to do everything perfect. I just congratulate Yor and his team. He deserves it." Bivol reaction showed his class, but his promoter Eddie Hearn was far more vocal about the controversial decision. Hearn, sitting beside Bivol at the post-fight press conference, didn't hold back. "I find it's sickening that after a lifetime of hard work, Dmitry Bivol is not the undisputed champion tonight," he said. Hearn was confident that Bivol won the fight and criticized the judges for giving Bivol only 4 rounds in a fight that many ringside, including Hearn, scored for him. Hearn's frustration was clear as he blasted the 6-112 scorecard and even questioned the judge's future in the sport. "This judge should never work in the sport again," Hearn declared.
Because they're just incredible fighters. But I find it sickening that after a lifetime of hard work, Dmitry Bivol is not undisputed champion tonight. He won that fight. I struggle to find anybody on our road, a row behind, on the TV rows, who didn't score the fight to Dmitry Bivol. To find a judge give that fight 116-112 and give Dmitry Bivol 4 rounds in that fight, this judge should never work in the sport again.
Hearn praised Bivol's performance, calling it a boxing masterclass, and saying it was the perfect performance. He couldn't understand how the judges failed to see what he saw: a fighter who outboxed Beterbiev with his concentration, skill, and defense. While Bivol might not have walked away with the victory, his performance certainly earned him respect. Fans and experts alike are now eager for a rematch where Bivol and Beterbiev can finally settle who the true champion